Hey guys, welcome to the Base Damage Podcast. It's me, Joe Schmo. I am joined by
Kool-Aid,
8-Ball,
and Timmy.
yes, the most normal guy that we have
We
on
need
the.
to come up with some kind of screen name for you. Like we had Moroku for the other Tim, but that got changed. His name is officially Mr. Dead Sea, just straight up.
Go ahead.
His name is officially Mr. Dead Sea
Mr.
on any
Dead Sea.
podcast that he's on ever.
I mean, it has been a while since I've been here, actually.
God, which one were you last?
I think number
Was
four.
the cage-
Actually.
I'm pretty sure 4.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
either 4 or 5.
Keijo, I think Grant was his last
Oh
one.
God. Okay, cool. That works. So welcome back, bro. It's been
Oh,
been
yeah.
a hot
Been some
minute.
time. Been a hot minute.
Granted, we had to do like so many weird ones over the course of like the holidays, so that's understandable.
Yeah, traveling and whatnot.
So yeah, this special occasion. I know you were so hyped for ReZero, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
No. But not to be completely honest, yeah, this is what we're going to be starting for this one. Will be the ReZero set discussion, going through the stuff for this again, like we've done before. A couple other ones for Sunshine, for Persona 5, and that's the only two we've done so far is Love Live Sunshine and Persona 5. That's
Really?
whatever.
Yeah.
I
I actually watched a few of those. And
All right.
especially the Persona one because Kyle messaged me some cards and I was like, what?
Yeah. Did you?
and with all the saltiness from Moroku.
Okay, if you get a chance, please specifically watch the one where we talk where me and Matt Brower talk about the red cards.
Oh, yeah.
Because I put a little edit in there and it just made him die.
Yes.
So we'll be talking about that today. The first set for that will be yellow, or the first color for that is going to be yellow for those cards, which will focus around Felt, Reinhard, a lot of the candidates for the royal candidates Ascension or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Any announcements before we do? Before we start that, the only one I know of that is the Bushiroad finals for like as far as what the big championship that went on for 2016, even though it's 2017 now, concluded like a week or two ago, something like that. And it was won by AOT.
Yes.
yes.
Yellow, red, I think core.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was a core deck.
So once the results for that get posted, I actually want to go through like each of those, and we'll talk about those at some point. The other big thing being, specifically because this series can easily trigger people, we will not be saying which characters are better than others, because I don't want people to be like, screw y'all.
we don't want to start a pissing contest.
Exactly. So no matter how much my waifu is better than yours, wait, this is like Weiss Schwarz in general. No,
Waifu Wars.
yeah. Shout out to Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. Anything else? Just before we continue, because I can't think of anything else right now. My brain's just right now.
Not that
I don't catch up on the
You
news
good?
until we do this. So
Okay. Yeah, it's whatever. So we're just gonna go ahead and hop right on into it because this set's fairly insane. I was looking through all the effects. I can't remember if I was looking through it Friday or Saturday. No, it was Friday, and writing all the numbers down and whatnot. Okay. Might as well go ahead and say. We're going to be looking at the translations for these on heartofthecards.com. Please sponsor us. And,
shameless plug.
We'll basically say each of the numbers before that if you want to look at it and read the effects as well as we're going over and discussing each card and whatnot. So, sorry. Links in the description, and I'll put the number list in the description as well. So check those out. Last thing, the premise of ReZero, for anyone who is not familiar with the anime, Dude Man goes to another world, and basically every time he dies, he gets set back to a specific point in time, almost like the power of save point, but they call it return by death. We won't actually talk about him until the third part of this set discussion, because that's where Blue is, and he's blue. He's blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. Oh, wait, no.
He'll have a blue Christmas.
Yeah, apparently so. He gets blue balled. What? No. Anyway.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so since Kyle wanted to start this one off, and we will let him start with number 1, which is
Miss Felt.
it's the level 3 Felt for this. So
All right. The official name of this is Felt, candidate for the
royal election.
It's already started. Jesus Christ. All right.
we were picking on him about this beforehand. His stuttering.
All right.
It's whatever.
The continuous effect. If there are 3 or more other characters with either magic or weapon, this card gets 2,000 power.
Magic or weapon seems to be like the main 2 for this.
Axe skill?
Auto.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Auto. When this attacks, search your library up to 1 character with either magic or weapon, reveal it, put it into your stock, then shuffle your deck. Then the second is an auto. Pay 2 when this card attacks. You may pay the cost. If so, choose one of your characters, and that character gains the following ability. This ability activates once per turn. When damage dealt by this is canceled, you will burn for 1.
Or you may deal. Yeah. So her second effect, which is the stock from the deck, so that pays for half of that. If you have another character attack first, you swing with her, and then she'll have the 2 to be able to pay for
that's
that.
the 2 right there.
And so that already knocks that down. I'll do this one. Number 2 is, wow, I may stutter like Kyle on this one. Teresia, previous Sword Saint. Let's just say in the series she's dead, but this one character has flashbacks to her, so this is just from a little flashback shot. Cute girl though. All your other Wilhelm Young Swordsmen gain +1 level and 500 power. So that's global. It doesn't matter where he is on stage. I did not write down what number. No, I mean he'll be in here. He'll be in one of the other numbers. I didn't write like the connecting number or whatever. But and then auto. When you level up, you may pay the cost, which is paying 1 stock and sending this card to your memory. If so, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your library. Search for 1 weapon character, specifically weapon, not magic or weapon. Reveal it, put it in your hand, put the rest in the waiting room. So it has a Winter Moment Akatsuki-esque effect, and the fact that it puts it in a memory was interesting. But and it's when you level up. It's not you can't choose it. So that's interesting.
It's just like more random in a sense.
Yeah.
But you can time it pretty well with like self clockers.
Valid point.
Yeah, you can time it pretty well with self clockers if you.
But that's also funny. You basically we get to do that effect on your opponent's turn if you level on your opponent's turn. That's funny to me.
It's interesting though.
So,
definitely.
Well, then your opponent's looking at it going, well, all the climaxes are out of the deck, but if I level him up in another 2 damage, he's gonna mill through like 8 cards. So, can you see that from there, Timmy?
Do I need to do this?
Do you want to?
Not really.
I don't know if you can. Okay.
I'll give a commentary.
Okay, it's cool. So then the next one is number 3.
Not this one at least.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Kirsch? Kirsch?
The way the Japanese pronounce the name, I don't know what the actual pronunciation
We're
is.
going with Koosh.
No.
There's an R in there.
I think he was purposely leaving that out to say Koosh.
Or we're going to go with Crush. How about that? Does that make it sound better?
See,
whatever.
This is why I want to do it.
Crush!
These names.
Head of the...
Karsten House.
Karsten House?
Karsten House. Okay, making sure I wasn't going to say that wrong.
It's a level 0. Go ahead.
Okay, level 0, of course, 1 soul, 500 power. Continuous, during your turn, all your other characters in the front center slot gain 1,000 power. Act ability. Pay 2, rest this card. Search your library up to 1 character with either magic or weapon in its name or trait. Reveal it and put it to your hand and shuffle your library. Then it also has Brainstorm. Pay 1, flip over 4 cards of your library into the and put them in your waiting room. For every climax, search your library up to 1 magic or weapon, reveal it, put it to your hand, discard a card from your hand into the waiting room, then shuffle. So you get a search and a brainstorm out of this card.
This is from Kantai. This is Akashi and Takitsukaze did the fusion dance.
Oh yeah.
And just went fusion ha, and just made this, and I'm going, what? There's so many good effects on 1 card because the brainstorm part it's spammable. You don't she can be tapped off of her second effect and just you don't care. Granted, Takashi has a global 5, not just the middle center gets 1,000. But
you know what? That's Forest Sunlight Xenon clone.
Okay.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
So okay.
1,000 in the center, and then you can continuously pay 1 to mill 4, or mill 4 of any climax. Search 1, discard as many. Yeah.
So it's the fact of all those good effects that are mostly spread through other cards in a set all get put on 1. Well, I just saved 4 slots, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Done. Okay. Number 4, Wilhelm Young Swordsman. That is the one that the number 2 combos with. Is a level 0 2K. If you have no other characters in the front row, this gains 1,500 power. So that's the. He gets his own buff, making him a 35, plus the buff from the other chick makes him like a 4K. And then at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you can move him to an empty slot in your front row that has an opponent's character facing it. So it's just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna kill this one.
That reminds me of Misaka. Yeah.
Yeah. Misaka, and then there was one from Log Horizon that did the same thing. Mm-hmm. But he purposely jumped in front of other people, and so it's not like it's a runner, but it's a weird ass runner. It's
a really weird runner.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
This is number 5.
we're talking about Felt again. The name of the card is Felt Declaration of War. It is a 0/0 with 25 and 1 soul. Okay. I like the fact that the trait, the second one, is Double Tooth. So,
What?
Seriously, the second trait is double tooth.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's
works.
weird.
Auto skill. No? Yeah, auto. Alright. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may put the top card of your library into the waiting room. If this is a character with either magic or weapon, you may move this to an empty slot in your
She's a
front row.
runner.
She is the runner.
So that's already good. And
What's what?
what's her? She's a rare, so that'll work. Just good to point out that this already has runners just that early. Just bam.
Yeah, already 2 runners right off the bat, actually.
All right. Yeah. Then we're getting into this asshole. Julius, the best knight. Number 6. During your turn, if all your characters are either magic, weapon, or merchant, we're bringing in another trait here. This gains 2,000 power. So where he's normally a 45, he buffs himself up to a 65. Basically for free. I mean, you might as well say that's free if you set up the deck right, where it's all just magic and weapon anyway.
It bumps itself.
He himself's magic. He buffs himself up. During your turn, he gets a buff. And he's a free 65 essentially on your turn. And then if you have 3 or more other characters with either magic, weapon, or merchant, this gains another 500 power with character encore. So
he's
free
flat out
7.
Free 7, yeah.
He's a single rare too.
And then he's just he keeps staying because I'm just gonna pick these extra cards and pop and just keep staying. And this Kyle, I'm gonna take this one over.
Go ahead, do
There's
it.
too many effects for you to read. I'm sorry. I love you, man.
Oh,
Jesus
dear.
Christ.
This is fairly insane. Reinhard, which is basically in also in the series, each of the royal candidates, as far as in this world, the people who are going to be becoming the next ruler of this kingdom, each of them have a special knight under them, and Reinhard is Felt's knight, who is watching over her and protecting her, and this guy is broke sauce, like just straight up. Okay, the first
I see a lot of different effects.
essentially because he gets effects for you not having other characters. But the first effect makes up for that completely. But anyway, he's a level 3. He's wait, how many?
It's 10,000.
He's a 3 cost.
Yes.
He's a level 3 cost, but just 2 soul. Okay. 10k. Bodyguard. If whoever isn't familiar with bodyguard, over in English it's called great performance, where basically if they're in the middle center, he can the character, as long as it's not reversed, can draw attacks to themselves, and it makes it so say your opponent's trying to attack on the left side or the right side of him, whatever, it turns the attack to him and it makes it a frontal.
So it's taunt.
Taunt
Kind of like taunt.
from
Pokemon.
It's more like a Hearthstone thing where you have to attack it before you can attack anything else.
Okay, Hearthstone. Okay, I wasn't certain what you were comparing it to.
Yeah, I just use taunt because it's almost a universal thing at this point.
Yeah, he kind of
not
goes
from Bushiroad.
He goes the whole Rock Lee Sasuke thing. Just come here, but
so they're forced to attack him basically.
they are forced to attack him, and it's forced to be a frontal.
It's forced frontal.
Even if they try to side, no. Even the one directly in front of him, it becomes a frontal. And he's not going to become reversed anytime soon because of the next wall of text that basically all adds up.
I see experience 6 or more,
Yeah.
and I see 7 other effects at least.
Yeah. If the sum of
Jesus.
the level of cards in your level zone is 6 or higher, which is easy as fuck, and you have no other characters, this gains plus 10,000 power, so 20k base, high Colossal
Jesus,
Titan.
help me.
Yeah. And the following 5 abilities. This
I was right. That is 7 total.
Yes. This cannot be chosen as target of opponent's effects and cannot be reversed by effects of auto abilities of your opponent's characters. That's the first one. During battles involving this, your opponent cannot play events or backup from hand.
Fuck. Anti-backup.
It's all that. Just one, he's not going to be targeted by a lot of shit
So
anyway.
you can't target him. You can't use backups against him. You're not reversing him anytime soon.
Granted, this is mostly going to be purely defensive, but you'll see how it goes. Most of the time when you play this guy, you're going to want to put like 2 little peons on the left and right side of him and just suicide with
keep
those.
damage going. Yeah.
But then, okay, no events or backup, so that covers a lot of stuff. And then when the battle opponent of this card becomes reversed, you may send that character to memory. Nothing's staying on the field when they battle this guy.
Wow, you can't even encore that.
No. And then
That's fucked up.
when the
It's not over yet.
No, we still got 2 more effects.
Jesus
When the
Christ.
battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may pay the cost, which is discarding a card from your hand. If so, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Now that can be canceled, even though it doesn't say up here in the translations. And then at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to an empty slot in your front row. Just saying. Say he's on the left side. Just okay. Oh, middle. Nope. Bodyguard. Everybody pulling him to me.
That's insane.
That's
Damn.
ridiculous. Oh my god.
I'm kind of glad that's not coming over here yet.
If every single one of their attacks,
Hey, wait.
they're gonna go to him.
Joe, I got a question. Can you like go back real quick? I want to check something.
What's
before
that?
I got you.
Oh, I wanted to look at him again before we move on to the next card here, because he already took it away.
He shows up in episode 3. If you want to watch the series and go ahead and see what he can do.
Just go down real quick. Second, I can't read Japanese.
How long did you going on? Sorry, I totally.
I took a little bit of classes, but I can't speak it, or I can't read it too well.
Baka.
Baka, exactly. Okay, so it is front row. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure. And it does say the damage cancel on the very end of the text there, just not after the one that does the damage cancel.
Okay, they just put it at the very end.
Yeah, they put it at the very end instead
Okay.
of there.
But
Understandably, they didn't have much room.
admittedly, after all that, I don't blame them. That is so much, though. Every single
That's
one
so
of their,
much,
every
yeah.
single thing that they throw at you, I find that funny. Basically, say that you do enough damage that your opponent said exactly three damage left in their clock. They're at 3-4 basically. Or, yeah, 3-4. They have to worry about every single attack because if you have cards in hand to discard for that effect, every single one of their attacks is a frontal.
Yeah, like you can easily just toss 2 weenies and
It's
go
gonna
in.
it's gonna be reversed. They're gonna get sent into memory. Nothing's surviving this. The only other card, actually, I'm glad you're in here for this one. There was a Madoka that could get
yeah, I know
above. I know, right? There was a Madoka or something or other that could get above 20k.
Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming it's the Homura that requires
Homura.
Ultimate Madoka.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming.
I just remember there's like I can go over 20k with like 2 decks, and that's about it. And that's the only way you're killing this. But the thing is, you can't use events or backup with that card,
Right.
but your opponent still can that has the Reinhard.
Oh yeah, no,
So
totally.
it's a lot to try to kill him. But once you kill him, once you get him reversed, the bodyguard effect's over, and
Right.
you can poke on the sides, and you're fine. But oh my god,
so few cards can do it,
it's so few
especially
decks.
without effects.
Exactly. So that's nasty. That is a beautiful card.
That's
That
nasty.
is so nasty.
And I don't know if anyone caught it, but what rarity is he?
Oh, good point. Good. Yeah.
I would find it hard to imagine if he's just like a flat out rare.
No, he better be double rare. He's
Nope,
a rare.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Okay, that was 7. So okay, going to number 8.
It's
Go ahead.
Anastasia.
Anastasia is one of the other candidates for the royal election.
Good at negotiating. She is an uncommon 0/0 with 2,000 power. Auto skill. Get me started on that again. Alright, discard a card from hand into the waiting room. When it's placed on the stage from hand, you may pay the cost. Look at the top 4 from the top of your deck and search for one character with either Merchant, Beastman, or Knight. Reveal it, put it to your hand, and put the rest in the waiting room.
This is an actual winner moment Akatsuki, but I wanted to specifically mention that one because the trait lineup was weird for that.
right.
Because Merchant, Beastman, and Knight.
That's 3 new ones right there. Or no, well we saw Merchant before, but yeah, that's 2 new ones right there.
Yeah, we saw Merchant before, but with so much of the rest of the set is Magic and Weapon. If it had Magic and Weapon in there, I mean, obviously that's going to be like an auto, 4 of in half the decks that would try to come up with this, but it's not. So I'm interested to see where that one's going to come up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Admiral Akbar is going to take this one over. What? Sorry.
No, it's Tim's new wife.
I know.
Huh?
Don't worry
It's a dude. I'm going to go say this. Shush.
I could tell the name Felix only goes to so many.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Number 9, Felix Healing Mage. I actually like this one a lot. Your other character with
Crush.
Cooch in name in the front row
Cooch.
slot get 1,500 power. So that's not like to a specific name. Crush.
This is any card that has Crush in the name.
Anything with Hoochie Coochie.
Any
Hachicuchi.
Any character with Crush in the card name gets 1500 power. And this is over the course. This is by level 1 and higher. And then all your characters in front of it gain 500 power. So if there's a crush in the middle center, she's going to get 2k just straight out. And he doesn't cost anything for this. And then pay 2, rest him. Heal 1. I thought that was really cool. I do not often see that, just the heal 1 off of like an act ability.
The last time I've seen that was Praise Fairy Tale. With
wow, you were just
with Wendy.
You were just perfect for this podcast.
Yeah, that's the last time I've seen a pay 2 heal 1. That was level 2 Wendy.
Yeah. Speaking of Coochie.
Crush.
Number 10.
Miss Crush, Miss Cooch, whatever you want to call her for the series. God dang it, I just messed myself up.
This is the second part.
Fighting White Whale.
Why did it have to be whales?
Why did it have to be white?
Well.
Hashtag racism. Alright.
Well, no.
Hashtag modern day America.
Anywho.
Alright, so it is a level 1, 0 cost with 2000 attack. Continuous. If all your characters are either weapon or magic, this card gets 4000 power.
Which, if you do the entire deck, magic weapon,
She's
always
an
going to be a
immediate
free 6k.
Yeah, that's really good actually.
With that, Felix, an 8k in the middle center. Sorry, go ahead.
You sure?
No.
Okay. Alright.
And then, no, go ahead.
When this card attacks, this is an auto skill. If you have 3 or more other characters with either magic or weapon, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one of them, and put it on top of your library and put the other into your waiting room. Auto skill, discard a card from hand into waiting room. When this attacks, if 100-man sword strike is in a climax zone, you may pay the cost. If so, put the top card of your library into your stock. Then look at the top 2 cards from your library, choose one of them, and put it to your hand and put the rest into your waiting room.
So, she sets up what you're going to put into the stock, so you make certain that you're not putting a climax into the stock, unless both cards you reveal are that you look at are climaxes, in which you just go, well, fuck. But that was really cool, and that's just she's just really...
It's really nice deck manipulation when you think about it, because even if you do get 2 climaxes, so to say, as far as I remember, the second skill is a climax combo, from what I just heard. So, if you don't have the climax, or if you just have it and you don't want to play it, at that point, you could put, like, let's say one of the climaxes being a crit/bounce, or like a...
You can choose what happens.
You can be like, I'm choosing which one's happening right now.
Yeah.
So one of them can go away, and the other one can stay on top, and I can swing off, get a crit, and bounce something. Like, it's almost like playing more control than Weiss usually allows, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, if we don't have enough control element off of that damn Reinhardt to begin with, you ain't doing shit, is what he says. God.
Hopefully all these abilities will go off before he shows up.
Here's hoping. All of a sudden he drops out at like level fucking 1 and
before finds one card. Anyway, change it into him from level 1.
Yeah. Well, see, the other thing is, I was surprised. I have not seen one yet, but when I was looking through the rest of the set, I didn't see any effects that got rid of a lot of other cards on field. There was a card in the Prism Ilya set, which was one of the Gilgamesh cards.
Oh yeah.
That he had a combo that could get rid of all of the cards on field except himself, and then he got a big ass buff. But you could get rid of all your other cards and then do like an attempt to burn. I thought that after seeing Reinhardt having to be like the only character that you control, I didn't know if there was going to be something along those lines.
Yeah.
But,
I figured they just kind of just assume that they're going to be ramming everything into him. So he's wiping the field just from taking damage.
I mean on your side.
Oh, on your side.
If you drop him, if you're not able to
remove your cards,
get rid of your cards, something's gonna be up.
Like if you put something in the back row, how are you getting rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Something on the lines of like, on enter, choose X amount of cards, put them all back in your hand, or send them all to waiting room or something like that.
I wondered if there was gonna be something like that, but so far I have not seen anything like that. Maybe if they get like a second set down the line, if there gets to be more episodes or whatever, or like another season or whatever. But so far, you got to play around that. So as broken as that Reinhardt is, you really have to play around it.
Like probably at the beginning of your level 2, you're probably going to start moving your back row to the front. Just start sacking it off if you can.
Save a little hand advantage too, I guess, that way. But whatever.
Yeah, it does save a little bit of hand advantage just to wipe your board yourself rather than get it all out.
The next one is number 12, Old Man Rom. We got a level 1, 0, 5k. If you don't have another character with felt in its name, this does not stand during your stand phase. Part of another thing with the series is he took in felt and raised her, basically. Anyway, When this is placed from hand to stage, if you have another character with felt in its name, this gains 2,000 power for the turn. So a free 7k for a turn. And then put this into the waiting room and pay 1. Yeah, pay 1. When your other character with felt in its name is front attacked, you may pay the cost. If so, choose one of your characters in battle and it gains 25 power for the turn. Now, it's specifically when a felt is attacked, but it states you can give that 25 to anybody. So that is cool.
A character in battle.
A character in battle. Well, the way that that's worded, they're all considered in battle at the same time. It's really weird.
Oh, it's like...
That's why with...
it's like in battle phase?
As far as... Yeah.
Okay.
It's like there's some free cost, or just there's some character backups that state, on this attack, you're getting this much buff, but if you have these other prerequisites met, you can give 1,000 to a character in battle, so you can split it. Yeah. So there was a Titan, specifically a level 1 Titan, anti-Titan backup that you could split either 15 and 15 to do different characters, but the way that it's worded, it says in battle.
Got you.
Or you can go 3k all to 1, which is great.
Got you.
But yeah, so the way that would work, you could give it to anybody, but it's only one felt as attack.
Okay, that's cool.
Go ahead.
All right, we are on number, what, 13?
13.
Felt, Pride of the Slum. She is a level 2, cost of 1, and 8,000 power. She has 1 soul.
That's already good buff.
Auto skill, discard a Girl of the Gale from your hand to the waiting room, which I'm assuming is a climax. When this is placed on stage from hand, if there are 5 or fewer cards in your library, you may pay the cost. If so, return all cards in your waiting room to your library. Then search your library up to 1 character with either Felt, Old Man Rom, or Reinhard in name. Reveal it, put it into your hand. Then search your... Then search your library for 1 Felt candidate of royal election and put it into the slot where this was in. Afterwards, shuffle your library, and this character gets 1,000 power for the turn.
So it's already big, but it changes into the level 3.
It's a strictly better Homura, and that angers me slightly.
What?
Okay, so Time Regressor Homura. Same exact thing. When your deck is 5 or less, you pay the cost and just refresh for free. That's all you do. And you give something +5, I think. Or Madoka +5.
Yeah.
This is, you're going off even harder. You're changing. You get 2 searches out of it. One of them goes on the field, and it's the big one we talked about earlier. And then that character gets 1,000?
For discarding a climax, which is going to be refreshed back into the deck anyway.
Right.
And from what I've... it's also 5 or fewer cards in your library, but that's not a problem with this set. Just saying.
Right.
Like you said, that is beautiful. But,
right, that's like strictly better than most of the other cards that do that.
And she's big enough as it is as an 8k. Even if you don't change, she's still a big beat stick. So.
Yeah, she's still really good.
Alright, next one is number 15. This fucker. Basically, all I have to do is walk at the map now and yell, Das!
Beetlejuice!
Oh, well, we're dead. Okay. Now, Beetlejuice, Unseen Hand. Basically, this is one of the bigger villains. I say villains, but he acts so weird in this. Shout outs to the voice actor who played him. Was originally Kirito's Japanese voice actor from SAO.
Really?
Does such a amazing role with this character. This dude's like mentally fucking insane, but it is really, really powerful at the same time.
Just to sate my curiosity, is his name actually pronounced Beetlejuice?
The way the main character says it, he says Betelgeuse or something like that. It's really weird, but that's once again the Japanese.
Oh yeah.
That's how it's spelled, even in the translations. But how they pronounce it is weird.
Got you.
Anyway,
he's named after the star.
Wait, was I last or you?
I just did Felt.
You just did Felt. Okay. This is number 15. Betelgeuse Unseen Hand. Sorry, I had to go back and make sure I said the name. It is a
level 2.
Level 2, cost 2, 85. If this is on the stage, this gains Sloth and Diligence. And the character opposite this gains Sloth. Basically, it gives out some traits just for being on stage. Then, oh my god, that's a big cost. When this becomes reversed, if there are 5 or more cards in your hand, you may pay the cost. Which is, put the top card of your library in a clock, discard a character card with either magic or weapon from your hand to the waiting room. If so, rest this and deal 1 damage to your opponent. So, it's, oh, you're trying to reverse me? Nope. And he's trying to, you deal yourself 1 damage, but he's still trying to burn for a damage at the same time. It's really weird. But he basically just rests himself over and over. But you have to have a minimum of 5 or more cards in hand to begin with. At the start of your encore step, if you don't have another character with Subaru in name, which is the name of the main character,
Right.
choose one of your characters and put it into your waiting room. But that's whatever. Like, that's not even that bad, to be completely honest. What?
You know, you were just talking about Reinhardt, how you can't empty your field. He can empty it. He could actually potentially empty it. But
It says,
Joe, go back.
How many characters did it say you had to get rid of?
Well, he could slowly start emptying it as long as you don't have a Subaru, correct?
Basically,
Let me make sure we read that.
At the start of your encore
step. If you don't have another character Subaru, you may choose one of your characters and put it into your waiting room. Say he could actually start emptying your field for you, and they're the same color.
He also choose one of your characters.
Yeah, so he can't empty it all at once, but you can just.
It'd be a lot of stock, but I see where you're going with that. Drop the Reinhardt, drop 2 of him, do all of your shenanigans at the beginning of your encore step. Send themselves for their effects, and then Reinhardt's the only one there.
Right.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And then even then,
it just cost 2, 2, and 3. It would end up costing 7 stock, which still shouldn't be that hard depending on how you set up the deck.
What I was referring to, that's also a really good point though. But what I was referring to is like, before Reinhardt appears, you were talking about more of like, if you're playing the game normally and you have like kind of a semi-foolish field, maybe just front row, no back row. So before you get to the level where you can start playing Reinhardt, you could just.
You could have a Subaru back row or something.
Right. Like, you could just start picking them off one by one. Like, even without Subaru. Just like, oh, I don't have a Subaru on board. Pop. All right, cool. My turn started. I just hit 3. Reinhardt.
Done. Okay, cool. No, I see where you're going with on that. That's pretty cool.
Right. So I know we were looking for cards that did that, and I was like, oh, he's a potential candidate for something
I
similar
hadn't
to
thought about that way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you got this one, number 16.
Mr. Beetlejuice, Sloth Sin Archbishop.
It's really
Archbishop. Good enough. All right. Continuous effect. Oh, it's a level 0, pay 0, 2,500. Continuous effect. If this is on stage, this gains Sloth and Diligence, and a character opposite of it gains Sloth as well. This cannot direct attack. And another continuous one. For each marker under this gains 1,000 power. Auto skill. When this becomes reversed in power, if there are 10 or fewer markers under this, put the top card of your stock under this as a marker. If so, rest this.
You remember this? Remember this effect from
fucking Hercules.
From Berserker? There's a level 0 Berserker that does close to the same thing, but his states you cannot side attack. With this, you can still side.
You just can't direct.
You just can't direct attack. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that means, like, with the Berserker, people would like just try to ram it or whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's essentially that same effect. He has to, if it has 10 or fewer markers, he has to die 11 times. Essentially, get reversed 11 times to finally kill him. But by then he's
he's like a 12.
12.
By then he's 12-5, yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, go next one, 18.
I'm jumping ahead, so I stopped.
You're cool.
Feeling of...
But yeah, just I saw that recurring effect, and I'm just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, hey, Berserker. And of course, he's doing the little finger thing of just...
Yeah.
I just thought that was really cool.
So she might be a female.
We don't know this.
That one is.
Okay.
There's... That one I want to say is I could be wrong. Number 18. Mimi. Vice Leader of Fang of Steel. I don't even know what that's from. It's whatever. It's a level 1, no cost, 25. This cannot side attack, but it has a bond with Hetaro, Vice Leader of Fang of Steel, who should be the brother. Anyway, has a resonance with that Hetaro. At the start of your climax phase, you may pay the cost by revealing that Hetaro. If so, this gains 6,000 power for the turn, so it can become an 8k for free just by showing that, and it bonds for the card that it resonates with.
Actually, I feel really kind of cool about that because, as far as I remember, for Fate, they didn't have a card that bonded with Heroic Spirit. Meanwhile, you can bond for your resonance target and then just continuously have it. Like, that's really cool. I really like that.
Yeah. Okay,
Hitaro, Vice Leader of Fang of Steel. He is a level 1, 2,500 with 0 cost. Continuous. This card cannot be reversed by effects of auto abilities of your opponent's characters. Has a bond with Mimi, which is discard a card from your hand into your waiting room, then you grab it. Then also has resonance with Mimi. Show her from hand at the start of your climax phase. If so, this gains 4,000 power and an extra soul.
I just think that's funny that, okay, I'm sitting here with all these extra climaxes in hand. Draw. Oh, cool. drop this, pitch this, grab this, drop this, pitch this, grab this, and just fill up your field with Mimi and Hataro. Just
yeah, and
across
then
the
as
board.
long as you keep one of each in hand, you're like double resonance. Okay, cool. They're all buffed. A few of them have extra souls. I got a third climax because Lord knows it happens to all of us. Play it.
Ain't that the damn truth? So I just thought that was funny. That was number 19. So
I feel like that's gonna be a really good like aggro deck. Really,
that would be cool. Like
20.
so much hand fixing off that with the bond thing. So you're probably gonna have a couple. You're probably gonna run a couple of the brainstormers and just be able to fill up your waiting room pretty quick. 20. Aldebaran, Priscilla's Knight. I fucking hate Priscilla. I don't care what anyone says. She a bitch. This is her knight. If you have another Priscilla candidate for royal election, this gains plus 3,000 power, which he starts off at 35. I should have said that. He's a level 1, 35, no cost. So he becomes a 6/5. If this is in the front row, all your other Priscilla candidate for royal election gain plus 1 level and 1,500 power. Pretty cool.
Wait a minute. What was the first effect it had?
If you have that Priscilla, he gets a buff. And then that Priscilla, he gives her a buff.
So they buff each other.
He's buffing the both of them. She doesn't do shit for him.
Oh.
She a bitch.
Ooh, I like the way she look.
She
I like the way she looks.
She don't
he
look
likes
bad.
the bitch. He likes the bitch.
She don't look bad, but she a bitch. Anywho, 22. Go ahead.
Okay, Priscilla, candidate for royal election. She is a level 1, pay 1. Of course, you have to pay for you. All right, 5,000 power. All right, continuous. During battles involving this, if the level of the battle opponent is lower than the level of this gains 2,000 power. So you can't ram it with lower stuff that you buffed up. All right, continuous. Character opposite of this gains the following ability. Continuous. If the level of the character opposite is higher than the level of this, you cannot frontal attack.
Which, okay, by the other dude's effect, she's up to a level 2. If you drop a second one, she's up to level 3. And so before level 3, unless you have other card effects that increase your level or whatever, if you match it, you're good. But you can't, anything under it can't poke her, can't frontal her. And all of its side at that point, which is going to be doing nothing because of how high her level
get this in English. I need her in my life. I really do. Her skill is super characteristic. Like I love that kind of thing. That's one of my pet peeves of card games. When an effect is characteristic of the character, I love it. That effect literally screams, "Everyone's beneath me. Don't touch me."
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I can touch you, but you better not respond.
Yeah.
I love that. That's characteristic of who she is.
I will say that for this set, Bushiroad did very well in that category of matching the effects and traits of the character. Like going to that level 3 Reinhardt, he is a badass. Right? He is so powerful, and that card shows it.
Like he's a better version of the Log Horizon one. He's
Amen.
Yeah, and he's also a slightly better one than the Disgaea one.
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a Prinny. Prinnies are cool, whatever. But they're just
Prinny squads for the win.
I know, right? But it's the fact of, like you said, they're matching character traits, character aspects, personalities to these effects, and they did it very well so far.
Right. Like you can't see that in any of the current sets right now. No. Really, not really.
All right, you got that.
Miss Kush? Yeah, I got Miss Kush.
Wait. I'm saying, did you get the last one or did I get the last one?
I did.
Okay, so I'll get this one. Sorry. Okay, 23. Krush negotiating with the Alliance. If you have, it's a level 1, cost 1, 5k. If you have 3 or more other characters with either magic or weapon, this gains 2,000 power. That's simple, easy, 7k. This gains the following ability for the turn. It's an act ability. You discard 2 cards and it gains the ability. When this attacks, you may instead choose a character in your opponent's back row and have this front attack that character as defending character. So, Jakazure,
it can hit something in the back row?
It can hit something in the back row. If you played against Moroku before with his Elite 4 deck, one of his characters can do that as well.
Yeah, I played against him.
Jakazure.
I used to have an Amora that can do that from the old Madoka set.
I remember that. That was fun.
Right? I love that.
Then, trying to
shamelessly plug.
Shamelessly plug a Facebook page. And shamelessly plugging farts. I don't know. Number 24.
Lord. Hey, shit happens.
Oh, we're going back to Priscilla. So.
Oh God.
Style of a queen.
She's got the style.
All right. Anyway, Priscilla, style of the queen. Style of a queen. No, it's the queen. All right. She's a level 2. Pay 1. She is She's a backup. All right. Auto skill.
So normally, She's a 25 backup for 1 cost.
Mm-hmm. But she has another skill.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 4, discard a card with either magic or weapon from the hand into the waiting room. When you use the backup of this, you may pay the cost. If due, choose one of your opponent's characters and rest it.
Yeah. So she makes it so, I mean, that could save you. Like okay, you know that 2 or 3 attacks could kill you, and your opponent's able to throw down a little bit. You play that on the first attack. Hopefully it doesn't kill your character because it's a 25 backup, but then you pay that cost and the other character gets rested, you have another chance you have another turn to live.
That's also really make or break for like climax combos and other cards that have on attack abilities, because usually if let's say your opponent's low on stock and they want to go for like the burn 7 that I recently just played, really, like they swing with their other characters first, you're like, cool, I'll pay for backup, rest that character. They just lost their climax combo, their hopes for burning you. That card's fantastic, honestly. I really like it.
Yeah. And then, okay, this is the last one for the yellow, and it's an event card. It's got multiple card arts for it. It's called Royal Election. Basically, there's 5 card arts for it, and it shows each of the candidates for the Royal Election because there are 5.
Out of curiosity, is it similar to a Promise Pendant where it's like different colors?
Or
is
it no, it's all same color.
It's all same color? Okay.
It's oh my god, what's it called? Endless 8 from Haruhi.
Oh, okay.
It's all the same card effects.
Just different people.
Just different arts on each of them.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, like the Love Live and not Vanillas, but the Love Live swimsuit ones, the summer ones.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
This is a level 1, cost 1 yellow event. Discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. Declare one of the following combinations. Which is a varying amounts of combinations, and basically search your library for one of each character in the combination you declared, reveal them, put to your hand, and shuffle your library. The combinations are Crucian Felix, Priscilla and Aldebaran, Anastasia and Julius, Amelia and Roswell, or Puck and Subaru. So it has to be Amelia, and then you pick one of 3. And then the last one is Felt and Reinhard. So it lets you search, depending on how you build the deck, it basically states discard 1 card, grab 2 from the deck.
Right.
So
like it's going neutral because you're playing the card, discarding a card to grab 2.
Yeah.
But from all the cards that we've seen with the yellow, you can play whatever yellow variant you want and play this card, so you can get whatever your deck requires.
Which the cool thing is the way it says for the Amelia, which Amelia is blue. It's basically it's grabbing stuff off through a majority of the colors. Because Roswell's like red. Ooh. Puck has blue. Subaru is blue. So it's interesting how if you want to play it a certain way and incorporate
definitely
stuff.
Yellow is a good splash for amongst all these colors.
Apparently, so far it's just really cool.
At least so far, yeah.
And that is it for the yellow cards. It had 3 climaxes. No, it is 2 because Gift of Gale, which was for the Free Fresh and the change into the level 3 Felt.
Free Fresh.
And 100-man Sword Strike. Girl of Gale is a yellow stock soul and +1 soul across the board. And then I want to say the other one's a Wind Trigger. 100-man Sword Strike.
Sounds like it would be. Yes.
It's a Wind Trigger, which 100-man Sword Strike is off of one of the crucials early on. So that's it for yellow. The next one we'll be talking about is red, which focuses on Ram, Beatrice, Roswell, just so many good cards in each of these colors. Which obviously they did not put green in this set, so no clock shoot. Sorry guys.
Yay!
Phil's glad on that one.
Yes.
We got both sides special, man. Oh.
But that means you can get that means they're able to, for a 100-card set, they're able to put so many cards of each of the 3 colors that they have in the entirety of it. I think like for blue alone starts at 58 and ends at 100.
Dear Lord.
So I mean, sure, you're gonna have like the climaxes and whatnot, which ends up being quite a few climaxes for blue. So it's a lot.
I'm assuming there's multiple like deck variants for blue in that case. Then
I'm guessing with that many
with that many climaxes, I feel like it's gonna be like
that's 42 different cards.
Right.
So it depends on what you want to set up with that, and just really cool overall. Thoughts, Joe?
Well, I just want to see it over here in English because I would be the one that builds the Reinhardt. I would be that man.
Bruh.
Priscilla.
We know what you're doing. All right.
Well, he's not even talking about building a deck. He just wants the cards.
Yeah, he just wants
I'll
the
build
cards.
it too if I need to.
Jeez,
She needs representation. I need her.
It would be so great. I'm trying to think if there's any other closing statements we needed to think of beforehand. Pop. What?
Goes the weasel. All right.
Pop goes the weasel. I realized we didn't say it at the beginning of this, but this was podcast number 17.
Oh, well. all
Anywho, we screwed that up. I was when me and Matt were recording one of the ones for P5. We got like halfway through it and realized we hadn't said like the podcast number, hadn't introduced ourselves.
That was the last one, wasn't it?
Or was the last one? I don't know, but it was.
I think it was the last one because
Yeah.
I was in there for that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that was part 4, not part 3. But yeah, we were like, wait, we didn't introduce ourselves. What the fuck? Oh, hi guys. This is great.
Hey, how you doing?
We'll do. Please give us a like, comment, subscribe. It'd be much appreciated.
Check out the Facebook page.
Facebook in the description. Joe's channel in the description because
Shameless
you know how
plugs,
it is.
everything.
I will be posting the burn deck that Timmy was referring to later on. In what he said earlier on, I will be posting it later on.
The jewel deck from
Yes.
Prismaelia.
Mhm.
So yeah, we gotta record that and post that, so that'll be cool. Other than that, is anything else that we want to say? Thoughts on this? Any rage moments we want to go ahead and get out of our system now? Salt, lots of salt. I got the pepper. You know. Nope, we're good. We're good. Okay.
We're all good for that.
That
Well,
if it ever does come over here, somebody's gonna make a smart ass with that Reinhardt thing.
Hi, how
that's
you
gonna
doing?
be some crazy. This
I
guy.
just said I would.
Essentially.
I am going.
That's what I say.
to kick
Keep watching this
your
series.
ass.
And if you have not watched ReZero, I highly recommend it. It was great.
You know, before we end it off though, can we go back to
So the Priscilla.
No, not the Priscilla, but the night guy for the Priscilla. I have a
Aldebaran.
Aldebaran.
What number
Yeah.
is he?
I don't remember.
just.
Oh,
I was like,
last
we're
one.
right there. He's right there.
You never see.
He's right there.
Right
up
there,
top.
Aldebaran.
There you go.
You
I do
never
wanna-
see his face.
I'm assuming so.
You
I just
never.
want to see.
See his chest though. Damn.
Yeah, that dude's ripped.
Apparently, he's working out.
He be pumping some iron. In here.
Probably pumping something else. What?
Haha.
Anyway.
Okay.
I
never
know
mind.
Priscilla's the way she
Never
is.
mind, we're
She
good.
probably has to pull her heel out of his face.
Okay, we're good. I just wanted to. I was gonna see if it was Priscilla gains +1 level for each, but it's not. Rip.
That would have been.
Oh,
even
that
Yeah.
would be.
Oh wait. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But he has to be in front row. So if you
Right.
drop one on each side, she gets +2 levels.
she'd be level 3.
and plus 3,000 power overall.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was my question. Okay.
And then he gets huge, so it's whatever. But yeah, thank y'all for listening, and I hope y'all have a super awesome day. We will see y'all on the flip side.
Hey guys, welcome to the Base Damage Podcast.
Wait, what the fuck?